Yo, what is going on, everybody? Carnage back here again, and today I am back with a brand new review of a figure that I was very excited about when I, heard it was getting announced. Just because I'm a huge fan of this, specific, franchise. I did get the Jada Toys Shaggy Rogers figure, and I just want to say, just starting off the box alone, I really do like the fact that they put like the little smoke effects all around the box. Like that's a very cool detail, very reminiscent of like the old cartoons. Uh, Classic Scooby-Doo logo, Shaggy Rogers right there. Bunch of gobbledygook at the bottom. Classic looking Shaggy picture on the side, and it seems like they did kind of do something a little different because this seems shinier than the rest of the box. Like if you point it at Shaggy, it's shiny, and then it kind of cuts to not shiny up until the wording, and it does feel different itself. Like it feels more laminated compared to this, which feels more cardboardy. But there we have the back. Do get to see a product shot of Shaggy. Very cool, and I have been playing around with him a little bit as I usually open my stuff before I do a review, just so I can get like a more in-depth feel of it. Uh, Little shot of the mystery gang there, not too much up at the top, but I will say though, this box is definitely very cool. Very cool. And I did pre-order this on Big Bad Toy Store when it originally got announced months ago. And it said it was coming last month, but the date got changed to this month. But regardless, still very happy that he came in. Been wanting this figure since I saw it got announced, and also gives me like a rough idea of what a Jada Toys feels like before they do the Invincible stuff. But yeah, let's just get right into the figure himself. So starting off, he comes with a couple opened hands for like running, because when Shaggy runs, his hands usually kind of go like this out in front of him, which very cool. Really do like these hands too. Very well done. Very well done. Going on to the alternate screaming head. This is very well done too. And this looks so much like how he did in the cartoon, man. Like, I mean, the eyes are a bit different because I think Shaggy's eyes were mostly just the black dot when he first started, or at least in what I remember. And then, in, you know, What's New Scooby Doo, this is kind of the face I remember more. It even has this little, like, sticking up hair right there, which is very cool. Very well done on the goatee as well. Tongue looks pretty good. And there's even texture for the hair. It's not even just flat. You can actually see the, you know, all the detail. And the hair does feel like it's its own separate piece, which very cool. And then going on to the last two accessories, we have the Scooby snacks, which pretty basic box. Nothing super exhilarating about that. Really good detailing on it though. And then the coolest accessory, he actually gets a singular. Whoops, and I dropped it. Singular Scooby snack, which this even has detailing on it. Which I mean, for such a small piece, I am very surprised they put this much detail into it. And then here's what the inside of the box looks like. It does have a weird white film, like right there, that I do not know what it is, but it was also inside the packaging too, so I'm assuming it might have just gotten, a little extra, shoot of something on it. And then, just to kind of show what the alternate head looks like. Head very easy to pop off, I will say that. And then the head, goes on very well. So you do get some very cool looking, like this is such a good figure. Like I'm really enjoying this so far. Granted, it was a bit pricey at $30, I think, for, you know, something like this, but I mean, figures are going up in price, so I'm not going to complain too much. Yeah. But anyway, just going on to like the detailing of the figure himself. Hairpiece, almost exactly the same. I'm pretty sure it is exactly the same just because, they just replaced like the face part. But really decent looking face. Like this is the most like accurate Shaggy face I think I've ever seen. Going on to the neck joint. Like I originally thought this was kind of like, movable, but it is not. It just, one solid piece. And, Shaggy can look up very well. He can't look down without moving his neck, but he can look forward pretty well. And then looking down, not too bad either. Can, get his neck in that, elongated pose like, every single time he's walking. Arms don't go up to a full right. Oh, they actually go higher than a right angle, which, did not seem like it. He also does come with double jointed pinless joints, which always phenomenal. And I was kind of surprised about this, but he does have like, arm movement right at the bicep, which is pretty cool. And then he does have a wrist hinge, which pretty awesome. And the neck, definitely the more unique thing on this figure, I want to say, just because, it is very elongated like Shaggy's is in the show. He does have this upper, ab or torso movement, like all Marvel Legends are pretty much getting nowadays. It goes to the left pretty well, goes to the right pretty well, and something I thought was pretty cool. He does have a waist swivel. It is very well covered by this, so if you want to have his legs like facing to the side or something, works. He does have double jointed knees. He has a thigh cut, which phenomenal. And he does have ankle pivot, but the coolest thing, like his ankle is on its own hinge as well. Kind of like, his thigh cut, which pretty damn awesome. Now, there aren't really any other figures they've released in this line other than the clown? No, not the clown. The mummy and I can't remember, the creeper. Those are the only two, but, I mostly just want the mystery gang at the moment, and I may try to get the villains, a little later, but, just mostly wanted Shaggy just because, I love Shaggy. Shaggy's my favorite character. So, yeah, let me try something, because I was kind of curious about this. Let me just grab, like, a standard Marvel Legends body. I just have the Silver Surfer here, because that was kind of the last review I did, and, oh my gosh, it does work. Like, I mean, granted, you can't really move his head back, but the head does work on other figures. So, all I'm saying is, if you wanted to, put this on, like, a regular body and then, basically make yourself a super ultra instinct Shaggy, you could. You legitimately could. Just because, just think about it. Just Shaggy on a body like this and then being able to, do whatever you want with it. Granted, the head would pop off a little easy just because, there is, that going on with it. But I mean, I was very curious about that. And, now that I can confirm it's an actual thing, I can do so much with it. Like, I can make him the Silver Surfer. I can... My goodness. Can't pop the head off of this. I was hoping I could, make him the Winter Soldier. But, yeah. Haven't gotten to this review quite yet, but that's going to be the next one I do. Like, I mean, Century Shaggy, so cool, dude. Like, there is literally limitless things I could do with this figure. But, yeah. Anyway, let me just grab a couple figures for comparison. Here he is next to, the Winter Soldier, who is, like, the most average 6-inch, figure I have at the moment. That's close to me. And Shaggy is just, like, legitimately, like, the most minor amount shorter than him. Or they're the same height. I think the Winter Soldier is just, like, exactly slightly taller than him. Which, I mean, barely noticeable, by the way. And then here he is next to a big fig. This is the Gamerverse Thanos. Haven't gotten to that review quite yet either, but I will be getting to it soon. But, I mean, like, pretty average looking figure. Nothing super exhilarating. But, still a very good figure. And I do recommend, if you guys do like Scooby-Doo as much as, I do highly recommend getting it, just because it is pretty good. And, I mean, the two hands he comes with is a Scooby... I forgot to mention that. Scooby-Doo, or Scooby Snack holding hand. And then, just cussed open hand for, like, I like to think of it as, like, the box holding hand, because it holds the box pretty well. But, yeah. not too much else to say about this other than very good figure. Really do enjoy it quite a bit. And like if you're a Scooby-Doo fan like myself, I do recommend getting it. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Greatly do appreciate it. Hope you guys do have a good night. And I will catch you in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace.